Good morning, everyone. I am Lokesh Parikh, and this is my MAT 496 Capstone project, NewsBiasDetector. So it basically works in 6 steps. First is URL input, second is summary generation, third is claim extraction, fourth is fact checking, fifth is language bias analysis, and finally the uh, bias score report generation. Let me show you a quick demonstration first. Let me grab a URL which I know is pretty left leaning. We input the URL via human breakpoint, waiting for the summary generation, claim extraction, fact checking done, language analysis done. Finally, the bias score generation. So it has generated the output, a bias score of 0.6 out of 1. So bias score ranges from 0 to 1, which 0 means pretty unbiased and factual. 1 means pretty unfactual and way too bias heavy, or we can even call it a propaganda. So here the bias is 0.6. So it is biased, but not that much. It is left leaning. Confidence score of 0.7, meaning the Tavily API was able to either approve or reject the claims made. Language bias of 0.6. Let us open the JSON for a simpler input, a simpler reference. So this is the output JSON which was generated using the report of this Jupyter notebook. So now let us take a neutral news article for testing. We give run all. We input the URL. This is pretty factual, so I'm sure it will give a pretty low bias score, which is the lower the better. Can be trusted as a reliable source of information. So as we can see, a bias score of 0.1 out of 1, confidence of 0.9 means the Tavily API was able to fact check it easily. Language bias of 0.0. We see the analysis JSON. This is the short summary, but out of 150, confidence of 0.8, and it is neutral. Now I've also created this the main notebook file of my project, but I've also created a trimmed down version, the Python version of it, so it can be run directly in LangGraph Studio. For it, let me just copy the JSON input. I go to LangGraph Studio. I give the input JSON, submit. So we see a bias score of 0, which was pretty similar to what we got in the notebook file. So this was my project. Thank you for your time, and I'll upload all the resources on the GitHub repository of mine. Thank you very much.